At Ormond Beach in the Daytona Beach resort area, automobile racing started way back in 1902. And so, Ormond Beach is rightfully the birthplace of speed. To commemorate this fact, the Birthplace of Speed Association holds an annual antique car meet. From all over the Southeast, owners bring their fascinating old cars, restored to their original condition and polished like mirrors, to be exhibited at the Oceanside Country Club. Truly a beautiful setting for the award competition. This annual event attracts more and more interested viewers each year, and many of them find a model of their very first family car. Built especially for Edsel Ford is this handsome model, the only one of its kind. Popular are the old-time sports cars. And Model T Fords come in for their share of attention. Here's a happy couple having fun. Everyone's in a festive mood and costumed accordingly. In case you don't remember, this group depicts the Roaring '20s. Who could forget those +4 knickers? And who could forget the flappers with their bobbed hair and long beads and short, but short skirts? This is the way they did it back in the old days. Nothing's changed but the manner of serving. It's really better on the rocks. This 1912 Rolls-Royce runs the obstacle course. Amazing maneuverability for a car of this immense size. Just as perfect as the day it left the factory, this 1932 Cadillac also performs over the obstacle course. No power steering back in those days. For want of a better name, they call this the overall race. But who can argue with that? Uh-oh, she's parked in the wrong place. Lady, please, lady. I won't. Haven't found a better name. Different cars, different gals, but still an overall race. For maneuverability plus speed on the obstacle course, the competitors build up points for prizes. And the old Tin Lizzie shows how it should be done. Led by a calliope, here's the annual Antique Car Parade. The proud owners have a chance to show off their prized possessions as they parade along Granada Avenue. all kinds, sizes, and colors. Some were very expensive for those days, and some very inexpensive by today's standards. But they do have things in common. All are old, and all have been restored to beautiful condition. Here's Mom and Dad on a Sunday afternoon, long, long ago. Dusters and goggles just go with this car. Dad brought the kids along for a ride, and the teenagers came along too. Here's a sports car with the accent on sport. And now the parade heads for the beach, where there'll be more action and more fun. On the world's most famous beach, where spectators can wade and watch too. We're going to see some of these fine antique cars in racing competition. They're off to a flying start, and they race up the beach at breathtaking speed. Well, almost breathtaking speed. Here's a late entry. And in a class by itself, this old-timer makes an exhibition run up the beach to the delight of the spectators. And now, the sports cars take their turn. And they barrel up the beach neck and neck. Shades of Eddie Rickenbacker. Keep your eye on this thriller, especially the low-waisted contestant. But for a real thrill, nothing can match two Model Ts fighting it out. Grinding it out? Chugging it out? Well, anyway, they're racing. Well, now, they've decided to race down the beach. Tailwind, maybe. He's not racing, just wants the crowd to get a good look at old number 4. We introduce Mr. Keith Oderkirk, driving a 1902 Oldsmobile, and Mr. Alexander Winton, Jr., driving a 1900 Winton. These gentlemen are going to race these fine, priceless old cars to show us how it was done way back in 1902, and for which the Birthplace of Speed Association expresses their deep appreciation. It's race time, gentlemen. Start your motors. Or is it engines? Well, take your choice. Neither of these old professional racers show a bit of nervousness. They're friendly rivals, wouldn't you say? There's the green flag, and they're off to a fair start. Now they're pouring on the gas, giving it all they've got. Looks like the Winton is forging ahead. Now the Oldsmobile is coming up fast. The crowds line the beach as the cars whiz by, with the Oldsmobile in the lead as they hit the turn. Around the turn, and they head for home. Oldsmobile still leading, but now the Winton is gaining. Up the beach they fly, with the Winton gaining fast. And they cross the finish line. The winner? Well, we're calling it a tie. How about you? Trophies for the oldest, most popular, best restored, and many other categories are awarded on the lawn of the Country Club, bringing this, the annual antique car meet, to a close. These beautiful and unusual plaques are prized possessions of the winners. And for the best racing type car, the Grand Award, a replica of the coveted Miller Trophy. And now it's so long for another year from the Birthplace of Speed Association at Ormond Beach in Florida.